This thing bright.
What is a critical conversation? A critical conversation is a conversation that reveals important context, not only about ourselves, but about other people. Critical conversations edify, heal, and provide substance. Join Latanya Harris Gooden as she introduces us to critical conversations right here on Trailblazers Radio.
Hello, everybody. This is LHG. I am just coming to let you know that I am an independent paparazzi jewelry consultant. You didn't know that, did you? Well, now you know. So I would love to be your personal jewelry lady. Paparazzi is an amazing company. We sell nickel and lead free jewelry. We are known for our $5 bling, but you just need to know there is an exclusive Z collection that's $25. It's the bling of all bling when you're really going out on the town and you want to show up absolutely fabulous. So we have items for women, for men, and for young fashionistas out there. We don't discriminate. If you need it, I'm sure we got it. You have the opportunity to follow my page on Facebook called Polished on Purpose, a VIP group. Follow my personal page, Latanya Harris Gooden. And I have my own website that is at your disposal 24/7. So many ways to shop. So let me be the one that makes sure you are accessorized the way you should be, because I want you to be polished on purpose. My mentor always tells me, when you show up, people are checking you out. They're watching you. So why not be polished, be poised, be purposeful? Glam it up with pop, honey. I got what you need.
Well, good evening, good Thursday evening. And thank you for tuning in to Critical Conversations. And I am yours ever so truly, LHG. I'm so excited to launch weekly Girl Chat tonight with my beautiful sisters. We're going to have a quick word of prayer. We're going to dive right in because we're going to get in and out. And let's do it. Father, in the name of Jesus, you are amazing. You are wonderful. You are magnificent. There is no God like you. I praise, adore, and honor you for this moment in time with my sisters where we can have connection and dialogue and uplift each other. God, let something that somebody says tonight help somebody, encourage somebody, and give them the unction to keep on functioning. And I'll give you the glory, the honor every day of my life because it is due you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Listen here, in the house tonight, I have two beautiful ladies. One of them I have known for a very long time. I'm trying to think of a number in my head while I'm talking. Rachel Morgan and I worked together. I'm thinking, what, 15 years ago?
Yeah, that's about it. Yep.
Goodness gracious. And she was my honorary daughter. Office. I was Mama Harris back then. And we connected then, and then we went our separate ways, and something brought us back together. Facebook brought us back together. She is my partner in prayer, my peace crusader, and she, whatever I got going on, she is always involved and she's supportive. I love get you some sisters who will support your dreams and your goals and your ambitions. You know, they just rock with you. We just gonna rock it out together, and I appreciate her for that. So she's in this top corner, and in this bottom corner, a brand new sister to me, Miss Nicola Greer, is in the house tonight, and I thank you both for being with me on my first of many weekly 1-hour girl chats about women's issues, women's health, what we deal with, how we triumph, how we overcome, connect, what we are doing in our businesses, some of everything, but it's about women and it's what's on our heart. And tonight's subject is very sensitive to me, and we're talking about alopecia, and we're talking about natural hair care. I suffer from alopecia areata. I have had this for probably a few years. It is in my family. and we're going to talk about that. But I first want to allow Miss Greer to give you some information about who she is, what she has going on. I dare not have a platform and not allow my sisters to tell you who they are and what they have going on. So, Miss Nicola, welcome to Critical Conversations. Go ahead and tell us about you, sis.
Well, thank you, Miss Latanya. Thank you, Miss Rochelle. Nice meeting you guys. Besides on Facebook, this is our first time meeting, and I appreciate Miss Rochelle for inviting me on to get to know you, and look, we here today. Thank you very much. I'm honored to be in your platform, to be your first co-host. I appreciate that. I'm Nicola Greer. I'm a small business owner. I have a few little things I did. I see that you do paparazzi. I did that. That was my first entrepreneur start. Was paparazzi. I sold that in 2018 to 20. Maybe I stopped selling paparazzi in around 2020. So that's something near and dear to me. Paparazzi. I still love my bling. That's some good jewelry right there.
Yes, ma'am.
That was my start of my entrepreneurship. I have a small cleaning business I own with me and my husband. And I'm also the owner of Deliciousness Jamaican Cuisine. I'm here on Facebook. I sell, I sold my business right now, kind of paused for a little bit. But I was selling a twist of Jamaican food and American food as well. And I have a couple groups I admin over here on Facebook, which is the Natural Hair and Skin Journey, as well as Detroit Small Business Network Group that I have here on Facebook that I was administering. I started actually the hair and skin journey around 2020-ish is when I too myself suffer from alopecia. I suffer from CCA alopecia. Which is a word, honey, that I ain't great at saying because I'm not good with my words. But if you went to the dermatologist, they would say central centrifugal recall. See, there you go. Alopecia. So I'm just gonna say CCA because I'm not good with pronouncing them big words. Alopecia. But basically it is when you have like a small bald spot. It starts in the center of your hair or some part of your hair. It just starts off real small, and sometimes your scalp can feel quite inflamed and itches and irritation from it. And it stems from just like the rest of the alopecias, with improper hair care and improper diet, improper maintenance of our scalp and things like that. So thank you for let me talk to you guys about this. I think we're going to have a good conversation today.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Miss Rochelle, you ready? Tell the world who Rochelle Morgan is on tonight.
Oh man. So I'm Rochelle. I'm here in support. I follow Latanya Harris Good, and I follow Nicola Greer, and I'm friends with you all. And it just so happened that, Nicola posts very transparent posts about whatever it is she got going on, whether it's business, whether it's family, whether it's this journey that she's been on with alopecia. And I know that for me, 2023 is I always want to be in alignment. So 2 years ago, God gave me the word for, I don't know, maybe 2019. The word was align. But this year, and even in the last quarter of 2022, he revealed to me the word catalyst. And assigned me as just a catalyst for change and forward progress on a number of initiatives in my own personal life, in my professional life, and in the lives of those connected to me. So when Nicola posted what she had going on about alopecia and some steps that she had been taking towards stimulating growth naturally, I immediately thought about you, Latanya, because I'm like,
I'm glad
I
you
know
did.
this is going on. I know she got something going on here, but oh, Nicola's personality seems like one that would mesh well, and like we could get her voice out there.
Yes.
As she talks about what her journey has been and what are some do's and don'ts when it comes to natural hair. Clearly I am I I subscribe to natural hair. Um
Beautiful.
but I will cut it off in a minute
Yeah, you
when
have.
I feel and there's a few things that'll prompt me to cut it off. Either a change, desiring a change, but
Mhm.
sometimes it's that lack of attention that I've given my natural hair
Mm-hmm.
and over processing or
Mhm.
letting it dry out has left me just feeling like I have no other choice but to just go to the barber and fade it out and brush
Mhm.
wave it out until whatever comes next. So
Wow.
I felt like there was an opportunity for you to learn, but also for me
Yes,
to
ma'am.
get a better game plan, tighten up my game plan as it
Okay.
pertains to my own natural hair. So that's my selfish endeavor.
Okay.
But I come only as a catalyst to make sure that we get this information out and we make this collaboration happen. About me, I'm a mom. I'm a mom of 3 boys. They're gonna be popping in and
Yeah.
out because they
I love them. Hi, mine.
they're gonna be popping in and out because this is normally bedtime and we be doing stories and everything. So we'll see how far they let me go. But I'm happy to be here.
Well, thank you so much. Okay, so you said something that made me go back in memory lane about hair when you said over processed or not the right attention. Let me take you back to the 80s. And I will tell you that I, not willingly, I spent 10 years in the Jerry Curl Club. Just let your son listen. Not voluntarily, it was my mama. I'm triggered, but that's okay.
I
And
had one too.
did you have one, sis?
I did.
Listen,
I did when I was a kid.
I guess that was out of when a mother didn't feel like dealing with combing and plaiting. No, I'm old. I'm almost
Or
50.
didn't know how. Didn't
Mm-hmm.
know
Didn't
how.
know how. That was kind of a outlet or a way to have a child's hair that didn't require much maintenance. I mean, and ironically, y'all,
Mm-hmm.
interesting fact: the lady who used to do my Jerry curl for those years just passed away. She
Mm.
was very ill, and I looked at her and I said, "Thank you for spending time with me," because Jerry curls took hours.
Mm-hmm. And it grew our hair though.
2-second process. It's a
Mm-hmm.
perm and it's got rods and it's got
Mm-hmm.
neutralizers and it's got all this stuff. So in this 10-year time, y'all, I'm painting this picture. I'm going somewhere this evening. I'm going somewhere. In this process and in this 10-year time, right towards the end, a friend of mine did it because my normal lady who just passed away, Sister Townsend, may she rest in peace, wasn't available. So she did the process, came over to the house, and left the rods in overnight.
Mm-hmm.
When I got up that morning to take the rods out, the hair was on the rods still.
Mm.
Because think about it, this is a perm.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you wash it out and it's straight, leave it alone for a minute. You can't just leave stuff in the hair through the night. I didn't know that. I was in high school
Mm.
or middle school, one of the two, or high school. I got up, rollers came off, hair on the roller. I told my mom, I can't go to school like this.
Mm-mm-mm.
I can't. So we ended up
Wow.
Tony Braxton cut. Y'all remember Tony Braxton, right?
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
that's
Love
fine.
should have brought you home last night.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we did a Tony Braxton cut the excess perm or whatever out, started over. But my Jerry curl was down my back.
Mm-mm-mm.
Oh,
Imagine the feeling of, like, I wasn't ready for that.
No, no.
Banana clip. I had look. Hammer don't hurt them. I had me a good old leisure curl, not a drippy carefree, a leisurely curl, a wave nouveau, if you will. Go with
We
me now.
buy that,
I'm gonna
yeah,
preach tonight. It's
in
a
the
wave
form
nouveau here.
of
Okay.
bundles. We buy that in
Yes.
bundles.
So it was a dramatic change with the hair game, and then we came up with the concept of what they called back then latch hook. It is today crochet. Same thing. So I did the crochet for a few years, grew it back, and then ended up having bariatric surgery, which means you have to take certain vitamins every day because your body, your stomach is only as big as a grape, and your body doesn't absorb the nutrients from food that the average person does. So now here we are. You got to take care of yourself by taking vitamins. I did not do that. And on top of that, I did zillions. So not knowing I had the alopecia even then, I started seeing the braids just falling. So I have experienced traumatic change with hair. I did ponytails after that for another decade or so, and every 2 weeks, my stylist would perm the edges
Every 2 weeks?
every 2 weeks to make
Wow.
it slick. That's over processing right there. And then if you wear the ponytail in the same place for too long, it will damage that part. So I have that circle where that ponytail used to sit. May that ponytail rest in sweet peace. Sweet peace. So my hair has gone through a lot in the course of my life.
Wow.
Now the front area is pretty much bare. I was doing the latch hook / crochet until it became difficult to find ways to braid it to put hair in the front when there's nothing there. It went from being short and kind of fine to being nothing. So now I grab me some jazz water. I put my hair in a ponytail. I wrap it around, and you see this Wakanda Forever wrap, and that's what I do. It also has caused me to feel less of a woman, because as it started coming out, I'm like, but in our culture, hair is, back in the day, 7 Mile was all beauty shops, Babes and Breaks, Mauricio's. We was braiding, we was curling, and we was crimping. Remember crimps? Yeah, so hair is a multi-billion-dollar. I mean, back then, I don't know about now so much, but a multi-billion-dollar industry in my generation.
It was.
I mean, it was, you went to school for it. You went to Votech for it. I mean, it was like nails. It was nails and hair. That was huge. So to have to find creative ways to do styles that give me the glamorous look I want, it has been difficult for my mind, because as a woman, as a wife, you want to be beautiful, you want to feel good, but I've learned how to improvise with wraps. I've learned how to improvise with wigs. Wigs, I will say, make me nervous only because there's Russian mighty winds that come through Michigan. And LHG is not chasing no wig down the street. That thing will go and blow, and you may not see. I'll go in hiding. I got a plan. I'll go in hiding. But there's ways to secure wigs. They have wig grips. I'm learning. But Paula, I want to know, what has been your alopecia experience? You said CCA is your type, right?
Yes.
Talk to me about when you first found out, and how did you deal with that?
You know what? I started my hair started thinning, I think, in my early 20s.
Okay.
You were talking about over process. I used to go to this hairdresser on 6 Mile, and she had my hair healthy and everything.
Okay.
And I had a friend. She bugged and bugged and bugged and bugged me and talked me into over processing my hair. She wanted to dye my hair like bleach blonde. So I let her dye my hair bleach blonde, and that dye ate up all of my head. And it just took forever to kind of get my hair back into like a healthy groove. And then afterwards, I had a friend that was braiding my hair. She braided extra tight, but they were cute, you know, and just different processes. And then I just started my hair just started thinning. Did the zillions, went to the Africans, then thinning around the edges, with traction, alopecia.
Yes.
And when I first started noticing in my 20s, I went out and I did the Temple Bond. I did Temple Bond by Organic Root Stimulator. I rubbed it around my temple and like the nape of my head, and then within the center to grow back my edges and grow back the center. And then Organic Root Stimulator, they also have a scalp scrub that you can do to kind of help your scalp to kind of get it back. That's a great line, but you have to, when you catch it early.
Okay.
So I did those things. My hair grew back, and everything was back to normal, And then I think my hair started thinning again after I had my second child.
Okay.
Maybe in my mid 30s, I had my second daughter. I was going through a lot of stress at the job I was working at the time, and going from one kid to two kids. And I started wearing crochet braids. But when I was wearing my crochet braids, I was doing them myself.
Oh, wow.
And I was just taking them out and putting them back in, taking them out, putting them back in. I wasn't deep conditioning. I wasn't taking no vitamins. I wasn't really nurturing my hair. I was just taking them out, shampoo, condition, and then braid it back up. Okay. And I really didn't notice my hair thinning because I wasn't paying attention to my hair. I wasn't looking at my hair. I wasn't, if your hair start itching or your scalp start tingling, you get a rat tail comb and you start doing this. You're not thinking like, dang, maybe something wrong with my scalp,
Wow.
So one day, I think it was like 2018, it was like maybe around December or November. I had took out some crochet braids and I was putting another one in. And something told me to look in the mirror in my head. And when I looked in the mirror in my head, that's when I noticed the thinning. And that time it was like around like this size. So all of that was thin. And then my hair was just broke off. And it was just horrible. So after that, I took pictures of it. I tried to put another crochet set in. And then like January of 2019, I looked at my head. I got disgusted with it. I cried about it. And I went downstairs in our basement and took my husband's razor and I just shaved my head off like to the meat.
Okay.
And after that, I went on YouTube, started making me some oils, making me some creams, making me butters, trying all these different remedies that these YouTube ladies told me to do. I started taking some like hair pills and then my hair started growing back. This was 2019. My hair grew back. And then maybe around May or June, my hair got a little pinch long. It was like maybe around your left, Miss Rochelle. Pinch long. My little stupid butt told myself, I said, "Oh, I got hair now." I went and got me some just for me perm.
Just for me.
And it was so slick and it was sharp to me, honey.
Just for me.
And I was rocking that perm. And then like August of that year, I went and had my friend. She did me some little finger waves. And I was just I was cute.
Wow.
And then after that, I think I had did another perm. And I went back to my friend. It was like October because I was doing my catering business for her to do my hair to go to a pop-up shop. She like, "Nicola, I don't know what happened to your hair, but it is not the same. I cannot do that same style no more." And then I looked at it and I just cried. And she's like, "I'm gonna figure it out." And after that last perm, my hair broke back out. It got re-damaged. And I just messed everything all up again. So after that, then I ended up shaving it again at the beginning of 2020. Started all over again. I ended up finding this oil from this lady on, I think I found her on Instagram. And then I went on Etsy and I bought her oil. It's a black lady. It's called Formula D. And she named her business Eating Kingdom Essentials LLC. And this hair right here it's called Hair Restoration Serum Chronic Severe. So she sells this as grows hair faster, thicker. So this is her CCA alopecia oil. And she got other oils too and other stuff, but this was the main thing I used was the CCA alopecia oil. And it has a ton of stuff in here. I mean, a ton of stuff. And this oil right here, it lasts me for like 6 months because it's expensive. It's expensive. It's like $50. But it lasts for a long time. And I started using that oil in around I started using it in 2019. But like I said, I messed up with the perm. Then I started using it regularly in 2020. I used that oil, and then I found different other methods to use as well. My crazy butt was putting Monostat 7 in my hair.
Monostat 7. Well,
yeah, I had to do it on YouTube, so I did it. Did a Monostat 7 because it's a fungus. What you think of, when you have a yeast infection, what do you have a fungus. And when you have CC alopecia, one of the words it ends with centrifugal, which is a fungus, because you have a fungus in your head. You have something in your head that's causing your hair not to grow. So I did the Monostat 7. I did that for a little bit. I think it helped. And then I seen something else on YouTube, Vicks Vapor Rub.
Vicks Vapor Rub?
Vicks Vapor Rub. So I was putting.
That sound painful, sis.
You know what? It works. It works. I watched this lady YouTube. I said, but when you desperate and you just want to try everything because you just so messed up. You're like, I'm gonna try it. So I did Vicks Vapor Rub. This was I did Vicks Vapor Rub every week, the lady said. So I rubbed it in between my scalp and I let it sit for about 20 minutes. And then once your scalp start burning, it's time to take it off, because it's the here go me messing up words. Eucalyptus. It have eucalyptus, it has camphor in there, it has menthol. Menthol is what's gonna give you that burning sensation and things like that. But the ingredients that's actually in Vicks Vapor Rub is actually things that help us grow our hair, which is camphor, which is CAMPHOR. It's something that they use and that helps grow your hair. The eucalyptus, the menthol, and it has a lot of healthy growth practices in that. So I did that for a little bit. My hair grew back a little bit, but it wasn't growing back the way I wanted to. Right. So I shaved it off for the third time around June of 2020. And then after that, I started the whole process again with the Vicks Vapor Rub. And this time I went to Walmart. I got me an aloe vera plant. I cut it open. I would start making my own aloe vera juice. And I had a step. I sprayed my aloe vera on my head. I use my favorite thing is As I Am body butter cream. I love that. That's my favorite cream. Took a little bit of there and then rubbed it on my scalp. And I used that oil I said I got from the lady on Etsy, rubbed it on my scalp, massaged my scalp. So I was doing scalp massages like every single day to kind of get that stimulation in my scalp. So, and that was my process. And I'll just wear hair wraps. I wear wigs. Like this is a fall right here. I wear wigs. And I was making my own wigs, making headband wigs. I was making ball cat wigs, all sorts of things, just so I can have my hair breathe, because I didn't want nothing to kind of restrict my hair. Because when you have alopecia and you're trying to get your hair to grow back, the best thing to do is just kind of just leave it alone. Leave it alone. Don't put no tight braids in it. Don't put nothing if you really trying to get it back to growing. Because at that time my scalp still was kind of inflamed. And I was trying to get my scalp healthy. So I did that from like 2020, from like June of 2020 up in 2021. My hair was growing back. And now, like I said, the hole was this big. Now it's this big.
Wow.
So I showed those pictures. My hair is growing back. Where it was balding, I see sprouts. So long as I see a sprout, I say, okay, I'm good. I still do Vicks Vapor Rub.
Okay.
I still use that oil. I still use my body butter cream. I still massage my scalp. I still do everything. As black hair, we need moisture.
Yeah.
And the same things that our mamas did when we was kids. What did she do? She had some water. She dipped that brush in some water. She wet our hair. You know what I'm saying? She took where we had blue grease. I still use blue grease every now and then if I run out of this. You got your moisture, your water, your moisture, and your grease. And I just plait my hair up, put my wig on, and keep it moving. But once my hair did start growing, I started braiding my hair myself. But even with braids, I still put the moisture. I spray a little water on my scalp, put that body butter cream and the grease, and I oil my scalp and I massage my scalp. So even with braids, you have to take care of your scalp. A lot of people get them braids in their hair and they don't do nothing to their hair. They slap them and they think, oh, I got braids. I don't need to do nothing. Only thing they do is put that little swoopy crap around their edges. No, you have to take care of your scalp. You have to give your scalp moisture. Even if it's just wetting. Sometimes I wet my hands and I take that water and I rub it through my scalp because black hair needs water. We need that's what helps our hair. Water. And if your hair does not get any water, then your hair is not going to breathe. You know what I'm saying? Because our hair is a plant. And if you think of it, all our bodies is like trees and our hair is the leaves. And you have, just like you water your plants, you have to water your hair. So I've never been the type of person, for my hair, I can't go months and months without washing my hair. So like when I was bald headed to the white, to the skin, I was washing my hair maybe every 2 or 3 days. And I was washing my hair, but I wasn't washing it with shampoo. I might wash with shampoo once a week. And then the other times I just use some conditioner. I was using conditioner and just rinsing my head, but or if I didn't even use anything, I was still wetting it, because some people think because you bald headed and you ain't got no hair, you're not supposed to wash your hair. You put your head up underneath that water and you rinse your hair, rinse your scalp out. As I Am has a good co-wash cream that's really good as well, for if you don't want in between those days when you're not doing the shampoo. So all those things kind of just help me kind of regrow my hair. But it was the bad experiences of me jacking myself up and trying to come back to rethink about exactly what I needed to do. But with me having a hair group and during the pandemic, and I was on Pinterest trying to share different tips for other ladies who were struggling with their hair. I was learning so much, learning about hair porosity and learning about different types of hair and what our hair needs and what our hair doesn't need. Because like I have 2 daughters. One of my daughter's hair is totally different from the other daughter's hair, So it's some things I can do with one, and the other one, her scalp ain't it's gonna irritate her scalp, So it's very important that we learn our hair. Don't just rely, I'm gonna go to the hairdresser, have them slap this glue on top of my head. And that's why half of these black women they have right now is traction alopecia, because they slapping that wig on top of their head with that glue, and everybody ain't got no edges. All their edges is gone from here, and they got traction alopecia. Because you can't keep that on your head all the time. You have to let your scalp breathe, and you have to take take care of your scalp. You can't just snatch a weave out, not take care of your scalp, and slap that weave back in, because that's what I was doing, and it tore my hair up.
Me too.
You
This
know, and that's what we
women's
got to stop
health.
doing.
It's women's health. It's hair, it's body, it's mind, it's soul. It really is taking the time to love your temple, to educate yourself, because I was one of those people too, where you go from one crochet to the next, take it out, put it back in, because we associate beauty and trendiness with the latest lace fronts and the latest types of extensions. And if your hair can tolerate it, fine. But from what I'm seeing on social media and walking around in the world, the majority of us can't take that. And let's go back. I'm going back to my grandmother. My grandmother's been gone for 20 plus years, and her hair was thick, but it was patchy. And most of our grandparents wore wigs, real stiff cinnamon color wigs. You very rarely saw people of that generation, and even now with natural hair, everybody is wearing a wig or lace front or whatever. But I don't think anybody growing up understood the importance of hair care. They would plait it up, put that wig on, and keep it moving. There was no, education in terms of, well, how can I grow it? They were okay with, nope, plait it up, put that cinnamon wig on, put a flower in that wig, and go to church and get the shower. That's just the way we were. So now what you've told us is, hold on, ladies, hold on. I understand that you want to be what you think is beautiful and cute, but you're going to have to find some healthy ways and some creative ways to do this if you want your hair to be healthy. And alopecia not only affects hair with the areata version I have, eyelash, nails, and hair in other areas.
It does.
Impact not just on your head, there's impact in other areas because of this autoimmune. It's an autoimmune disease where your hair follicle is being attacked. Like, nope, you're not growing. So if you have already stunted follicle and you got to put glue on top of an already stunted hair follicle, there's no breath breathing. And we can't stand water. Don't put no water on my head. Lord, it's raining. Oh, Lord, water for a black woman's hair? Kryptonite, honey. No, Lord, don't let it rain no more in my life, because I need this hair to be. No, we're not getting not an ounce of moisture. And folks would keep those braids in their hair for 60 months if they could.
Sure do.
I have seen pictures on Facebook where people have kept those zillions in to where you couldn't even recognize they were braids anymore.
They sure do. They like, shoot, I done paid $300 for this. I'm gonna get my money.
So $300 divided by 200 days and for 600 days. I mean, it's because of money, or it could be like, well, or maybe just don't feel like being bothered. Because once you get millions in, they're gonna have to come out at some point.
And then they put them in, and then I take care of them. You're not washing your hair, and a lot of people think, oh, you can't wash braids. Yes, you can. Get under there, go in the shower, and go run your hair, run that shower water through your head, and wash your scalp. You gotta take care of your scalp, and that's the problem. A lot of people get them braids, and they don't think they supposed to wash your hair. Man, I can refresh some braids in a minute.
Yes,
I can refresh some braids with some shampoo. You shampoo your hair. You let that water soak through your hair, because we need that water. You let the water soak as much as possible and drench through your hair, and condition it with the braids in there. Condition your hair. Deep condition your hair. You can do that with the braids in there, and rinse it out afterwards. You can air dry it or sit up underneath a hood dryer if you have that at home. And then what do? You get your body, but your double buttercream. Put that cream back in there to moisturize it. Get you some oil and oil your scalp, and put it through. Because my little girls, they got braids right now. They got their hair braided 2 weeks ago, and I'm like, come on, girls, it's time to wash your hair. Let me wash your hair. Washed it, conditioned it, moisturized it, in the morning before school. I rub their hair, rub their scalp up, and put oil. I might give me this new thing I've been on, y'all. I just tried it from TikTok. They said get some almond oil.
Okay,
$10. It's supposed to be what the Indian ladies use. The Indian women, their hair all luscious.
Yes.
So $10 on Amazon. So I take
Come on now. $10 is a good
$10, and then I've been using, old castor oil. So I rub a little bit of these, put a little bit in my palm, put these two together, and I rub it in, and it's thick, so a little goes a long way for the castor oil and that almond oil. Rub it in, I rub that through my girl's hair.
Wow.
And it works. So it's so many different oils and things that we can do and put in our hair. But our hair needs oil, it needs water, it needs care. And you got to massage your scalp. You got to massage your scalp. It's important, because that's what a good hairdresser do. When you go to the hairdresser, a good one.
Get on in there.
Yes. And yes,
they work that scalp was a good one, because now some of these hairdressers want you to come pre-washed, but
let's
that's
not go
a whole nother show. You listen, you got to come pre-washed, pre-prepped, and all this. They only want a style.
That's it. They just want to slap that weave in your hair.
Opposed to the hair care. And
that's it.
That's a good point too. You need to be mindful of what it is you're trying to do. If you want to have your hair cared for, you will have to have a person that is licensed, not licensed per se, but educated enough. There it is. Educated enough and cares enough about the growth of your hair and not just almighty dollar.
That's right.
Many people just, I can style 80 people a day. Well, they not washing hair no more? Washing hair is out of style, I guess, beauticians now. Because I look at some of these Facebook pages, and they say y'all ain't washing hair no more. Nope, they're not.
Only the good expensive ones.
right.
Only the good expensive ones. So it used to come, like, used to go to the hairdresser, and I thought it was mandatory in hair school that you wash, condition, and then style. But I guess it's no longer mandatory. I don't know, but these young girls, they don't wash your hair no more. But if you go to an old school beautician, she'll do it.
Old school ones that have went to school, a lot of people aren't going to school. They're becoming self-taught, and it's nothing.
That is true.
A styling gift, but if you be, if you really want to flourish in your business and be versatile, you might want to educate yourself on the care of hair.
That's true.
Today, when Mauricio's hair school, they learned all that before you got to put the braids in and the pineapple ponytails in and the flat irons. You had to go through a series of hair care, the washing, and the conditioning, and the blow drying, the proper way to blow dry, the proper way to press. You had to go through the preliminary, and the styling was last. That was the icing on the cake, because the objective was to have healthy hair.
Yeah.
Now we have to remember.
Go ahead, Rachelle.
There's a consumer that's demanding this stylist. You know what I'm saying? Specialty.
Okay.
And it's not. I want us to be careful. It's not necessarily age based. You know what I'm saying? It's not all just younger. What for me, as someone I have been turned off from the hair salon industry, and mind you, I wanted to be a stylist until I thought I did. Until I did my practicum some years ago and got into the salon environment, and it kind of just shed some light on some things, and I was like, I don't know that I want to do this. And I took a step back from the salon, so much so whereas I've yet to buy a bundle because I've missed that whole shift from going to the beauty supply and buying hair there as to buying this bundled hair. So I've not had that experience yet.
Me neither.
But I say all of that to say that there's a consumer that's demanding this stylist attitude. And so now I am getting back into the salon, and I look for somebody who says that they specialize in growing hair. Somebody who specializes in natural hair care. When I called this one girl, and I'm actually going tomorrow to get some 2-strand twists.
All right.
But when I called her, I asked her, first of all, she was so surprised to get a phone call to the salon. People don't do that. They just book through Instagram and
apps,
right? Or text, or Booksy and stuff. But when I called, I wanted to know. I said, I want a hair wash. I want you to scrub my scalp like that's gonna be the highlight for me, not the style, but this shampoo and this conditioning experience needs to be on point for me, because that's what I can't do. I can do everything else for myself. I can put my own wig on. I can do, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can style it myself. So I say this all to say that there's a demand for each of the service types.
Yes, and good point.
You know what I'm saying? So these stylists, they'll be able to continue pushing, come in washed and dried or whatever. If there's a customer that's looking for a quick transformation.
On my lunch break. Hook me up on my lunch break.
Yeah, get it, whereas some of us are a little bit more methodic, and I'm thankful for this shift where I will invest the time. I'll figure out how to invest the time to go and get the attention that my scalp truly deserves. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to take care of. My hair and its growth and its look, that's fine, but I want my skin taken care of. I want my scalp
good. Yes.
And that's the shift that I'm making. You know what I'm saying?
Make a good point. And let me be very clear, because I don't want to fall into that rut of young people this, old people that. They got the answer. They need to learn. I don't want to do that. And this show is not about that. Yeah. Each generation brings freshness.
Yeah.
And we can literally learn from each other. Now, for me, and I'm almost 50, the process of finding a hairstylist or hairstylist, however you want to call it, picking up a phone. Hi, my name is, I would like information about. That's all I knew. So when I would get this, you got to use this app, and sometimes the approach and the lack of customer service for some of the people. Okay, you got to use. Okay, so yes, times are changing. You want to call it pivoting and shifting, yes. And there's better technology now where some people like to be able to go on the app. I pick press and curl, boop. I get my price, I book my time, I put my deposit in. Whereas I'm like, can I talk to you? So we are shifting. And I think that for me, the hairdresser experience, we call them hairdresser, DRESSAH, dresser. It was a pampering, it was a moment, it was a relaxation, it was the scalp massage, it was the wash, it was the condition, it was the conversation if you had a really good one. The same stylist from high school through college.
Yeah.
And we're still, friends today. So it was a relationship for me. The shop I did not like, because she did it at her home, because shop talk, I did not want to hear about the sexual escapades of people. I did not want to hear how much child support gentlemen owed, the arrearages. I did not care to hear that type. I wanted to be serene. I wanted to hear a little Kirk Franklin in the background. I wanted to have a calm. So we have evolved. We have changed. To Rachel's point, there's a population of people who go on the Detroit Hair and Nails page. All I want is 2 fat braids. I can wash it myself. I can blow dry it myself. I got 10
that is true.
A 10-minute break. Where are you located? I can go lunch, go back to work. I want 2 feed-in braids, and that's good for them. But there's someone out there for every type of person and whatever you want as a service. But you have to do your research. Because for me, the wash, the condition, that's a part of it to me.
It is.
It's a package deal.
It is.
To find people who are going to fit your needs, take care of your hair, keep it healthy. And because some of the other styles, are, that pump it up spritz. if you using a bottle of pump it up on one customer, that hair gonna turn into licorice.
It sure is. Gonna be hard as a
And
rock.
we used to love spritz. Spritz was God's gift to us. It was hair preservation from the Holy Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
But what's in it to preserve, just like food, if you see something on the shelf, it's salt preserving it. Spritz is hair sodium.
Yeah. A lot of alcohol.
This is my analogy. It preserve your style, but you try combing through that, you're gonna have some breakage.
Yeah.
But we pay a cost. We pay a cost for certain types of beauty. The whole lace front phenomenon has skyrocketed. The bundles, I'm with you, Rochelle. I don't know about buying a bundle. I mean, do I gotta ask somebody in Indonesia to find the perfect, I mean, bundles come from so many places. I would go to, the beauty supply store. I want a 1B or 1B and 33 mix, 12-inch, on the rocks. That's what I knew what I wanted. So when you just gotta shop for manufacturers of hair, you just made this too complicated.
Some people still go to the Bees Plasto and get the Bees Plasto hair. Some people still do. Yeah, I mean, you know what? I've been wearing braids, because I said braid, for so long. I don't really do the whole bundle thing. And when I was trying to make wigs for myself, I was buying that stuff off of Amazon, to be good and honest with you. It was just easier and more affordable for me.
Yeah.
I do know ladies who sell hair, and they got good long lasting hair. If you want to pay that type of money,
right,
and you want to keep hair, me personally, I don't really care about that. I like to switch my hair up, so I like braids. I'm just more of a braids. I like synthetic braids because I can wash it. It's gonna come back to the same way it is, and that's what I do like. But that just works better for me. I really can't. I don't have time to be curling no hair or doing edges, and I don't have time for all of that. That ain't really my cup of tea.
When you have children and life and work and business, I mean, the time that women have to do all that curling and primping, that's not for everybody.
Yeah.
But the hair, I see some hair that is a car note. I mean,
it is
what people are buying, Indian hair or whatever they're buying. It's not cheap, but it is beautiful. I'll tell you, I did get mesmerized, and I still kind of want to try a lace front one time, but I don't want to. When I see them putting it on with that glue stuff, I'm like, is the glue on your hair or is the glue on your forehead?
You just got to get a glueless lace front. That's all.
Glueless lace front.
Yeah. I took a wig class with Jacob wigs. She taught me how to sew wigs, and she makes beautiful wigs. Wow. And she makes a lot of lace glueless wigs. Her page is Jacob wigs, and she make beautiful glueless lace front wigs that you can get. That's affordable. You can even buy your own hair, and she can make them for you. Sometimes she have deals for like $100. She'll make you a wig, and she'll measure your head, and she do it for you. She does a wonderful job. And you don't have to glue them down. You can do like the little the wig the rig scarf, and then the hold the wig down and put it on there and take them off. She has beautiful wigs that's glueless. That's good. So you can get some that's glueless. You don't have to glue it down. It's your preference. Okay. Some people like to glue it down because they want to sleep in it.
Okay.
But if you like me who want to take it off, I have a husband, so I can walk around with plaits. He'd be fine. So some women they're more, they need that to keep it on, and they don't like taking it off. But me, I don't mind taking it off, So if you don't mind taking it off and just wearing your bonnet to let your scalp breathe, a glueless is probably the best way to go.
I may try that. When I was growing up, y'all, when I was a little girl, if you were born in the 70s, everybody had that picture with that orange background. That was probably the only background they had back in the day. and my mom used to put these barrettes in. I'm not sure if moms still do that, but here was the problem with me. I didn't have much hair. So in those barrettes was skin. And I'm praying there ain't no mothers out here. Y'all be careful with these babies in barrettes. If the baby don't have a lot of hair, don't pinch too hard. You don't want them to have migraines 30 years down the line. You don't want them to do that. If it's a short amount of hair, do the hair care. Like I was talking about, start young, start caring for your children's hair at a young age.
Yeah.
So they can be healthy into their, teenage ages and beyond. Because I know we get busy mothers, but sometimes when we just grab the comb and get the comb and put it in there, and you still need washing. You still need, I had to learn how to detangle. My daughter's hair as a child was like a bunch of men at the Million Man March doing this. Just a bunch of tight curls. And I didn't know that I had to detangle. My poor baby was being tortured, and I didn't mean to. Lord, forgive me. I hurt my baby. But I started doing detangler. And she started like, okay, that's better now. But still, that's just, don't be too rough.
Detangling is a process.
Yes.
I just bought me this nice bamboo brush off of Amazon. I got it on sale for the detangle hair, because that's something you have to do. You have to work through the hair, because if you don't know how to detangle, you end up losing a lot of hair. And then you have to use the proper combs. Like my hair is 100% natural, so it's coarse. So I have to use a wide tooth comb. I can't use that real close tight comb on my hair, because it's gonna pull my hair out. So I like wide tooth combs, because it's easier to comb through my coarse hair. Because the tight and the smaller the comb, you trying to it take your hair out. Take your hair out. So detangling is a skill you have to learn.
Yes, the 99-cent combs. Be sure you're getting the right one, y'all.
Yeah. How long is it wide? The dollar store got a nice shower comb. Get that one.
Because I'm used to getting, I don't know why I've always gravitated to the fine tooth comb. I'm thinking I'm getting, but if your hair is not fine like that, it's just
take your hair out.
Right out. Wow, I'm so glad we had this conversation. We gotta wrap up. I hope to have you two back, because I would love to continue this conversation. And also know that alopecia is not just a women's issue. It can be a men's issue too.
Yeah.
And either way, whether it's men or women, it can take a toll on you mentally if you find that you're isolating yourself. There are actually alopecia support groups.
It is.
In-person support groups. Please know that if you suffer from this, you're not alone. And I just learned how to accept that beauty comes in different shades, sizes, hair colors, hair or no hair. Beauty is so big. And I just find ways to just, like this little $8 ponytail, I didn't put it on real tight. I just took my hair up, put it in a little bun, wrapped it around. It'll be gone probably tomorrow. I'll take it down, and I'm gonna do what you said, do my good washing and massage it. The cool down period. We got to start giving our hair a cool down period. So what it needs to get refreshed. It gets to be where you're not giving it what it needs. We need moisture, like my sister said. Oh my God, this was such 1 hour with that so fast.
Oh, I wanted to show you something. Let me get up and show you real quick.
This was so good. I hope everybody out there.
Here I go.
Yes, this is good stuff.
Get back up here on my. Get you this from Walmart. It's $1.
I've seen that, and I didn't know what that was.
Get this. Get this from Walmart for $1. It's a scalp massager, and you just put it on your head, and it's gonna massage your scalp. $1.18, best $1.18.
When I tell you, I see those, and I'm like, what kind of?
Get one of these to rub your scalp massager. They got it at the Dollar Tree too. Get you a scalp massager.
You have just given us so much good information. I want to do a part 2. I want to come back whenever you are free. I know Thursdays at 8 p.m. is good for you. Let's do this again. This has been fun, educational, informational. I want to thank you, Miss Nicola and Rachelle, for spending this hour with me. And I just be sure to watch the channel and be sure to subscribe to Trailblazers Radio, both on YouTube and Facebook, and Critical Conversations, both on YouTube and Facebook. I'm building my YouTube platform as well, and catch all of our episodes. But we're going to do this every week. We're going to talk about issues that involve women every week. So thank you, Miss Nicola. Thank you, Rachelle. We're going to get out of here. Stay tuned for our next show. My Life Has Destiny. I love everybody and thank you. Good night, all.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a good night. Bye.
Goodbye.